Hello and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be building a simplified version of the Dogfax API using Node and Express.js. Uh, let's get right into it. I'm going to start by showing you the code here as I tab to the right thing, install for time. um, we're going to start with the README. Uh, so yeah, to start, I ran the npm init-y command followed by the npm install express command in the Dogfax API folder. That's to get everything all set up and running, which created the JSON file so that anybody else who wants to check it out could do so, and there won't be this trip ups with different versions and all that stuff. The server.js file contains the core logic. We used rep query, and I'll show you that, to grab the number parameter and slice to return the requested amount. There was an, sorry, I got a pop-up. There was an issue. I needed to update the code in the Dogfax file at the very end of the Dogfax file. It had export default Dogfax as the syntax, which is for ES modules, and I switched that to module.exports equals Dogfax because we're using CommonJS, and that immediately fixed my problem. Now, here's a look at the JSON if you care. I know you don't care. And here's the Dogfax. Um, I'm going fast. In ancient Greece, kennels of dogs, this better be happy, were kept at the sanctuary of Asphaltis at Epidirius. I'm not going to read that, but there's a lot of them. We want to make it so that when the servers run by default, it'll show you all the facts, dash facts. But if you want to look at a specific one, we'll slice it all up using parse int um, so that you can look at fact 5 on line 5 or what have you. And we also have some error handling in there and some test cases. We'll run those as well. Okay, so here is the server.js where the core logic is. Const express, const is making it read only from here on out, really setting it in there. You're going to need express to do this. You're going to need the Dogfax.js, and then this sets the port 3000, so we'll listen there. The get fax endpoint. The fax returns a list of the Dogfax we use the get method to do that. And then there's the request and response here. Um, if no number at all is provided, um, return all the facts. Here I was talking about parse int earlier, and const count equals parse int breaks it all down uh, so that when you go into the URL field, you can do that, and I'll show you that later. Some error handling here. If is nothing in the count, or if it's like 0, uh, or oh, sorry, if it's less than or equal to 0, which is important, like negative 2000, it's just going to say it must be a positive integer if it's working. Let's test it. And then const uh, result equals facts dot slice 0 count, and that shows you the specified number as well. Helps do that. To start, we have app.listen for the port. It's port 3000, and then the console log will show us it's running by saying it's running at the port. So down below here, you can see it's at 3000. Now I'm going to take you there. Oh, whoops, not that one. There we go. Okay, so here we are. Oh, here we are once again. Um, let me get my test cases up here. Uh, okay, so to start, I'll show you. Let's make sure all the facts are there. Just facts. Yep, and you can do pretty print here for your eyes. All dogs can be traced back 40 million years. Roger Mugford had something to do with that. um, and then we have get, let's see, facts number 2. All right, that's about the Mayaks, their descendants, I guess. Oh, that's cool. And then if it's just one, still, even if it's just one string, still shows it. Important, you know. Now, what happens if we type in number wolf? It must be a positive integer, it tells us. What happens if we do minus 1,000, like I said earlier? Or whatever. Must be a positive integer. And then finally, if we do one that has more than like the total number of facts, it's just going to show everything. So that has been a quick walkthrough of a simplified version of the DogFacts API made using Express and Node. And thanks for watching. Bye.